The Forest side in full. Carl Darlow in goal. Back four, Eric Lehigh, Jack Hobbs, Danny Collins and the captain Chris Cohen. A midfield of Nate Chalobah in the holding role, Henry Lansbury, Radi Majewski and Andy Reid. And up front, Darius Henderson and Simon Cox. For Brighton, Thomas Kuszczak is in goal. Inigo Calderon, Gordon Greer, Matthew Upson and Stephen Ward across the back four. To play with a central midfield three, they're Keith Andrews, Andrew Croft and Jake Forster-Caskey. And up front, well, wide in the wide positions, Kazenga Lualua and Will Buckley, with Ashley Barnes through the middle up front. 0-0 early stages, 2 minutes gone, and this is Stephen Ward on loan from Wolves, clipping one forward, right-hand side. Lualua trying to get away from Lehigh. Lehigh holds him up at least, but Lualua still got it, twisting, turning. Cross is deflected, Darlow goes down to his left and makes a save, grabs it at the second attempt. Wicked low ball in, which was deflected off Lehigh after the cross from Lualua, but immediate concerns about the pace from Brighton going forward. Matthew Upson, and now he finds Crofts in the centre of his own half. Forward again, Brighton play it neatly into the feet now of Ashley Barnes. Barnes is 25 yards out, shooting low, and Darlow has to go down low to his left and make the save. Here's Reid once more though, turning and sending it wide left to Majewski, midway inside the Brighton half. Infield to Cohen now in support. Cohen leaves it for Chalobah. Chalobah, good ball to Majewski. First time ball forward left wing for Reid. Reid crosses. Free header for Henderson.
What
good
a save that was.
Kuszczak down low to his left. Magnificent save. Two hands on it to turn it away. Good header from Henderson. It was a perfect striker's header really. Down low to the goalkeeper's left. It just about bounced on the line. Very difficult for the keeper, who did extremely well. 0-0 the score. And almost 20 minutes played at the Amex Stadium. It's Brighton 0, Forest 0 on BBC Radio Nottingham. Chalobah is a bit high here. That's not a good tackle on Lualua, I think it is, who's gone down. But his boot looked a bit high to me.
If it's going to be the letter of the law, it's going to be red.
The referee, Craig Pawson, has not messed about so far in this match with giving the free kicks. Lualua is laid out.
It was high, it was dangerous, but to be fair, you know, Lualua's just getting up now, so it doesn't look too bad.
And the referee has he's thinking it over, and to be fair, he's not rushed into a decision here, Craig Pawson. It's a yellow card. Some referees would have raced across to that incident and brandished the red before they'd given themselves time to think.
Yes, definitely. It's 25 minutes gone. That's probably the first bad tackle. Nathaniel's just got to look after himself and stay on his feet now for the rest of the game.
0-0, but pretty open. I'm sure more open than the managers would want it to be, as the ball breaks here for Majewski inside the D, and a good save from Kuszczak, diving away to his left to turn it away. And out it goes for a throw on the far side.
It was probably from a poor throw from Chris Cohen.
Yeah.
Got a flick on, and Majewski struck it fantastically, but it's gone straight down the keeper's throat.
Cohen to take, into Reid, gives it back to Cohen, tight to the touchline once more. Flicks one over the top for Reid, then to volley, a crossover. It's half cleared as far as Lansbury, who hits one just wide. Players appealing for a deflection and saying it should have been a corner. Lansbury is one of those, and he hit the shot ever so well, and it didn't miss by much.
It was a fantastic strike on goal. It was on the half volley, and I actually thought it took a little touch straight away as soon as it bent round, but I thought he had Kuszczak beaten there.
Andrews with a touch, then Crofts finds Forster-Caskey, and now Stephen Ward away down the left-hand side for Brighton, plays it further down the left flank. Buckley's made the run across to left wing as Brighton fill into the penalty area. Buckley holds on to it, feeds it backwards for Ward. Ward crosses beyond the back post, it's volleyed back across the face of goal, and a scooping header sends Brighton into the lead. Half an hour played at the Amex, and Andrew Crofts is the man who dives in as the deep cross is volleyed back across the 6-yard box, and Crofts, the Welshman, dives in to head in from around about 4 or 5 yards out, and Forest are undone. Brighton 1, Forest 0. Croft's third goal of the season. It's broken for Majewski. Majewski gets it back from Reed. Middle of the Brighton half now, and Chalobah to his right. Here is Chalobah shooting. Goalkeeper saved it, and Kuszczak gets a break because it just evades Simon Cox as it comes back to him. Comes back on the rebound.
Yeah, that was a great effort by
Cox.
Great effort by Nathaniel. He struck the ball really well, and like you said, Kuszczak just had to palm it back out.
Craig Pawson, the referee, checking both his watches and gets us underway. And the ball is laid back to Chalobah, who finds Eric Lehigh at right back. Lehigh with a long ball forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Henderson wins it well in the air, nods it down for Lansbury. Lansbury rolls it back into the middle of the Brighton half. This is Chalobah, and Chalobah switches across to the left-hand side for Cohen. Cohen down the line for Reed, gives it back to Chris Cohen, and Cohen now dinks it forward, gets the return ball from Majewski. Rampaging run, low ball in, and scooped over his own crossbar by Upson. And Forest get a corner kick without Brighton touching the ball. 35 seconds into the second half.
That was a fantastic ball by Chris Cohen. A ball got him behind the back four, but there was no strikers getting across that front post. When I was an apprentice, everyone said, if you're a striker, you have to go across the front post because you'll get 20 goals a season there.
Here comes the corner from Majewski.
There's the goal!
Header! Lansbury top corner, and Forest have taken less than a minute in the second half. Brighton have not touched it in this second half. Forest build up, and the great cross from Cohen leads to the corner kick, and from the corner kick Majewski whipped it in, and Lansbury headed it into the top corner. A third goal of the season for Henry Lansbury, and Forest are level a minute into the second half. Ward swings over the latest cross into the Forest penalty area. Barnes heads it down. Buckley controls. Forest haven't cleared it. Sent towards goal. Great save by Darlow to tip onto the cross, onto the post. It's Crofts again who hit the shot, stabbed it towards goal, and Darlow went down low to his right and got a fingertip to it to tip it onto the post. Barnes won it ever so well in the air, and as it was cleared, it hit Chalobah, broke for Crofts, and Darlow's made a fantastic save to turn it onto the post. Andrews with the free kick into the penalty area. Forest haven't dealt with it again, and as Calderon jumps in the penalty area edge of the 6-yard box, he makes no contact with it at all. But the throw out towards Reed is cut out by Brighton. They have it again down the right hand side. Here comes the cross, penalty spot, and headed over the crossbar. A free header for Calderon again.
Yeah.
As he broke into the penalty area, and he really ought to have done better. It's 1-1. Forest level at one apiece here at Brighton, and that's a good layoff by Henderson down the left-hand side for Cohen on the overlap. Driven low cross, comes out for Henderson! Henderson drives it in after the first cross was beaten away. It fell for Henderson, and Forest have turned it around in the first 15 minutes of the second half. Henderson drills it across the goalkeeper and low into the bottom corner. Great work again down the left-hand side. Another low ball in from Cohen doing the damage, and when it's half cleared, it falls to Darius Henderson to smash in his fourth goal of the season. An excellent finish, first time on the volley, tucked inside the back post, and it's Brighton 1, Forest 2. Brighton fans getting behind their side to try and lift them and see what response they've got. But Forest have proved in the second half that you need to be clinical in front of goal. Here's Lansbury sending one forward for Cox inside the penalty area. He goes down, that's a penalty. And there's very little argument. Gordon Greer with the challenge on Simon Cox. Lovely ball played into him by Henry Lansbury. It's going to be Lansbury. 61 minutes on the watch. Forest 1 down at half-time. Have the opportunity from 12 yards to go 3-1 up. Cox felled by Greer. Lansbury from the penalty spot. Kuszczak bounces up and down on his line. Referee blows his whistle. Lansbury smashes it right-footed into the net. Forest are 3-1 ahead at Brighton. It's taken them 16 second-half minutes to turn this one completely on its head. Lansbury's got 2, second from the spot. Brighton 1, Forest 3. Lua, left-hand side of the field as we approach halfway in the second half, taking on Lehigh. Gets away from Lehigh. Then he's bundled over by Chalobah.
This is what they want to do, and that's why I said take him up at half-time.
And Chalobah is booked for the second time. It was a little shove in the back. That's all it was, but so often when a player is away from you like that, there is just no option for the referee. It's a yellow card, it always is. Lua running at them again, taking on Lehigh. Lua goes down under the challenge of Lehigh inside the penalty area. Craig Pawson says play on. Goodness me, my heart was in my mouth.
Well, Billy Davies is furious because if he hasn't given a penalty...
That's a dive.
It's a dive. For me, it was a tight decision.
And that's offside now against Ashley Barnes down the inside right channel. Well, Lua again just ran past them. Majewski was the first man he beat, and it looked like he was thinking about clipping him from behind, but decided not to. And then he ran at Lehigh. And there looked to be contact between them, I would say that much. But I suppose the referee may have deemed it shoulder to shoulder. Here's Lua again, nicking himself away from Lansbury's challenge and rolls it into the middle of the park. Crofts strides forward and turns it onto his left foot, and again shoots from 30 yards, and again Forest are very happy to see that sail wide of Darlow's right hand post.